Yo, yo. For a second, I thought you were frozen. I saw, I saw the head down. I was like, oh, it's frozen too. We had some technical difficulties this morning, rainy day, but all it looks like all is repaired now. I believe that's the case.
It's just those rainy days. Feel like time march away.
All right,
That song. Yeah, that song.
not all has been repaired, as you can see and listen now. I actually don't know that song. Is that like Babyface? That sounds like some Babyface stuff.
It's Mary J. and Ja Rule. It's just those rainy days.
Bruce Pat suggests Maryface. Funny enough, I don't remember that song. I remember Call 911, Wyclef and Mary J. Blige, but I don't remember the rainy days.
Those songs do kind of give the same vibes. Someone please call 911.
He's out in the streets looking for 911. It's a sad video.
Tell them I just got shot down.
You don't do a bad Wyclef.
Thank you, appreciate that. They say I sing terribly, so that speaks volumes about Wyclef's talent.
Property Bonics. For those listening, watching worldwide, Property Bonics, welcome Property Bonics.
Hey man, hey Kirk, man, I appreciate that change you made there. The worldwide, because this is worldwide podcast. You know what I mean?
We're Mr. Worldwides.
You see the world behind me right there?
Yeah,
it's the world. You know what I mean, not just America. Yeah,
visual with that one, man.
For the people watching on YouTube right now, if you just listen, you have no idea what just happened. You think there was a weird 8-second pause.
It's like you just raised two handwritten maps of like America and of the globe. But no, we're in America right now, but we are globally recognized. I know we're globally recognized because I was able to actually look at our metrics and see that we are indeed. Before we speculated that we were big in Hungary, we are. We have Hungarian numbers. Also, Germany. We're in a building with Germany.
It's the name Massenburg, isn't that like German? I don't know.
Could be. Your roots are really helping us out in with the German folks,
with the European whites. What are we in Hungary? What's the number like?
I don't remember the exact number, but I think it was like something above 5%. So I don't know if that I think it just showed like 5% of our listeners are in there. So not like we're in the top 5% of Hungary, which maybe I didn't look at those metrics, but 5% of our listeners are in Hungary.
Oh, so it's not like we're not top 5%. So it could be like 5 of the 100 people that listen to us live in Hungary.
I'll take that. That's pretty cool. If we're reaching 5 people in Hungary, it's like some Bible study group, and they like stumbled across us, and then they're listening to it religiously. Dare I say? Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
What if that was the case? God isn't real. Your whole lives are made up. If you're listening to this in Hungary at that school, yeah. Everybody else is not there. It's not for everybody. It's just for those people at that school.
I don't know why you do that to our Hungarian fan base. That was wild as hell. I was in church last night, by the way.
Were you in church? You had a comedy show at church?
I was at a clean comedy show. I wasn't on it. I just pulled up to. I was like, I was like last night free. And I was like, man, I gotta get out of the house. And I didn't see any like apparent shows. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself to a movie. I'm gonna go see Saw 10, which sure, whatever. I bought the tickets and then immediately saw the show in Spring City, returned the ticket right away, and then decided to just go out to the show. And yeah, it was exactly what it was, a clean comedy show inside of a church.
I feel like New York is the mecca of comedy, but like Philly area is the mecca of clean church comedy. I feel like there's so many clean church comedy shows in that area. It's ridiculous.
Have you done any?
No, I've never done comedy at a church. I've done church events, but I've never like was standing in a church like in the pulpit talking about how I can't stand my kids. Like I never did that.
It's doable. I've done one in Coatesville a while ago. It's it's exactly what you anticipate it to be. Just large church. Well, some are like these large sections where it's like high ceilings, and it's just like, all right, this isn't great for comedy, but sure, it's kind of a unique experience performing in a church. Sure.
Yeah.
The one last night was like in the basement of a church, so like it wasn't on the pews or anything like that. It was just like, all right, here's an entertainment slash conference slash let's roll out the chair center. And yeah, they had like 6 comics, and the comics did their thing. It was good. It was like I thought there'd be at least like one slip up, like someone would drop something wild, but no, everything was good.
I wonder, like, did the pastor like introduce the host? You know what I mean?
Those so it was like, I think it was like, I don't know if it was like the wife of the pastor, but she sang a song. So the set opened up with like 3 songs. At first, I thought it was going to be 2, and they're like, "Well, you like those last 2," and then they went to the third one. And then I don't know if it was a miscommunication thing, because the person that was bringing up the host, Karen, she was said like, "All right, so I'm going to bring up this Karen person." And it's like, all right, that's
hilarious.
I was like, oh. Me and one of the other
Hilarious.
comics were like, "Are they referring to Karen the host?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think so." But Karen, she went up without issue. She did her thing. I've never seen her perform clean, so it was interesting to see her do that and rock out. So yeah, it was, that may be the new move. October gets a little spooky and nefarious. We may need to hit up some clean comedy venues.
Do some clean church shows and have them introduce us. Like, coming to the stage, it looks like his name's Kirk. He's no Jesus. He's no Jesus.
She's no Mary.
Yeah, that's what we want. I can only imagine singing songs before the we fall down, but we get up. And coming up next, Alan Manson. Oh man, that sounds terrible.
That's you put away the Wyclef and you pulled out the Porky and Bess for that one right there. That was
that was my Donnie McKirkland right there. We get up. Yeah, man. No, I've never done comedy at a church. Yeah, it's not in my ministry. You know, it's just not something that I'm into. I mean, listen, I'm telling you now, I do comedy everywhere. You pay me to perform, I'm doing it. I can do clean, I can do whatever. My comedy ain't dirty, you know what I mean? But like, I don't know that. I'll probably melt if I walk into a church, bro.
You don't rock with the non-denomination?
Man, I'm far beyond that. I know I ain't no denomination. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't. Elaborate.
So what I mean is, like I said earlier, to the kids in Hungary or Hungary, wherever. Is Jesus real? What are we really talking here? What are we really talking about here? Like this. I'll go to a church that they know not to book me. I'm a heathen.
Yeah. Maybe for some Halloween episodes, that's what they'll do. They'll like, all right, so we recognize this is a nationally celebrated holiday. We're not down with the pagans. However, we're going to be having some heathens into the place right now and to entertain the children and such. What if it's a goblin-themed church show? Do you think you'd go to that one?
Church people don't real church people don't celebrate Halloween.
Yeah, I've learned that too. There's been like, I've had like people at work sort of thing be like, "Yo, don't play that." Like having like, I remember before like having to change certain emails of like first like Halloween to like it's like treating it like Christmas. Like, here's a holiday party at the end of October. So yeah, people. I've definitely known people even as a kid just don't rock out with Halloween as much.
Growing up, my mom was one of them people. My mom went to church, going to church every week, sometimes multiple times a week in the church, and like she didn't celebrate Halloween. And I remember, like at my elementary school, we would do a parade around the neighborhood in our costumes every year. You know what I'm saying? And I always couldn't do it. You know what I mean? Because like one year, my mom dressed me up as Moses. Like she put a sheet. I had a sheet, I had jeans on, I had a sheet wrapped around me, and she found a cane, and I was just Moses. Yeah.
Oh gosh,
I had sneakers on.
You had like the roughed up potato bag around you and all that.
It was a sheet. It was literally, I'm telling you, it was literally a sheet. It was one of the ones that you can't fold, the ones that just ball up like that.
Oh goodness. So she wasn't a big fan of the idea of celebrating the pagans, but wanted to wanted to endose some godly like creatures in there.
Yeah, yeah. She was like, if you're going to dress up as anything, it's going to be somebody from the good book. Okay, that's what it's going to be. So you
should have won a story of Job.
Story to Job?
No, Job. It's like, well, it's like a story of a person named Job.
Job, yeah.
Yeah. And his whole thing is like, he does good, but all these things just bad, all these bad things just continuously happen to him. It's just like wrath after wrath, diseases, like his family gets all sick. I think he gets like a canker sore and like pink eye or something like that. I don't know about those details, but they made a whole movie about it, like a modern day one by the Coen brothers. That was pretty good. I think that would be a fun little costume.
Yeah, see, I wasn't from. I've heard the story of Job in the book of Job, but like I said, I wasn't really into the church stuff, and I'm still into today. So that's why I didn't get the reference. But I'm with you now.
Oh, that could be. I don't have it as a goal, but I've always thought about it for years from a theological standpoint to read the Bible. And I don't know if you ever tried reading the Bible. It's difficult.
I have.
Any luck?
Nah, like two pages. I was like, this is terrible. What is this?
It starts with the Genesis, and it's like it's not even like from like a standpoint of like my views on like, oh man, I disagree with this. It's more so I can't understand this. Yeah. I don't know what's happening. It's in language and structure that's broken down the way that is not very digestible. The Bible needs to maybe change that.
Well, they got like New Testament, not New Testament, new versions of the Bible, like new versions that people rewrote them and things like that. You know what I'm saying? If you into that, if you into the reading things that get lost in translation,
maybe it may need to just spark note it. That may be the key. Just spark note the Bible. That's when I was little, my mom, she had like a Bible for kids, but it was just like Jamaican. I'd be curious to have that one. That may be the one that resonates with me of like reading a book of just like patois Jesus.
Interesting. So was Jesus a Rasta? Is that what they're trying to say?
Could have been.
Jesus had locks, bro. He definitely had that flowy golden hair.
Jesus could have been like definitely African, but like could have been like a little Rastafarian as well.
He had locks and he smoked weed.
I want to be posted up. That'd be kind of nice.
Go to heaven, you get to roll up with God. That'd be lit.
Yeah, that'd be wild, man. Speaking of your mom, man, I feel like I saw some clips. You and your mom were hanging out.
Yeah, my mom was with me for a week. She stayed with me for a week because my daughter's sweet 16 party, you know.
Yeah, that's right.
My daughter requested that my mom do the cooking. She was like, yo, we need grandma up here to make the food, which she did. My mom made all that, you know what I mean? Potato salad, fried chicken, baked chicken, collard greens, mac and cheese, yams, all of it, you know what I'm saying?
Did the kids beyond your daughter, did the kids enjoy the food?
Bro, they savaged the food.
Nice.
They savaged the food. My mom on a trip, she be on TikTok and she be online, right? She outside and she posts everything. I didn't realize it this weekend. Like she got videos on there talking about the food. Like she got video from the party. People coming up to her saying how good the food is. She's like, "Oh, thank you, baby." You know, I'm like, "Yo, I didn't even know you was online like that. You outside for real."
That's wild.
Yeah. So she was up here. She wanted to stay with me for the party, and you know, on Thursday I performed at the world famous Apollo Theater.
I was building up to that. That's the build up. That's the crux of the episode right there.
Yeah, that's my mom's up here for that. You know what I mean? So she was like, I can't. She was like, if I'm gonna come to the party, I gotta stay for the show. Like that's historical. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, do you want to? Because I'm very curious. Part of me was like, I could just call you, and then hear about this, or we just orchestrate a whole episode. And we elected for option number 2.
I think that people will rather have the option number 2. Honestly,
I think so.
Yeah, it was dope, man. It was a great experience. Like I walked up, I pulled up with my mom in the car next to me, and the marquee has my name on it.
Damn,
like, it don't get more, epic than that, bro. Like,
yeah.
She was like, "Oh, stop! Let me take a picture." I'm like, "Mom, I can't stop in the middle of the street. I just can't." Let me park. When we get out, we can take a picture, whatever. But yeah, so that was kind of crazy, bro. Like it's really crazy, like just to pull up your name on a joint for arguably one of the most important venues, entertainment, bro. Like the was very important historically. So it's like to see your name in that joint, like. That shit crazy, bro. Like
that's a Mr. Rollback right there. That is like that is one of those things when you think of like comedy achievements and like things that you think about when you think about comedy sort of thing. Like, oh man, what are some things like names on a marquee, let alone the Apollo Theater? That's wild.
You know what's so crazy? I was thinking about this. I never thought about that. Like I never was like, yo, one day I'm gonna have my name in there. I never thought like that until it became a thing. I was like, because I know the steps to get. So I was like, oh, that's close. Like I could do that. Like I know how to get that. You know what I mean? Like I know what shows I gotta kill to get that. You know what I mean? So it's like it became real. But like growing up, or like even when I first started comedy, that wasn't a thing. Like, yo, I want to see my name on it. It wasn't a thing, dog. But like now that it is a thing or was a thing, I was like, that's major. Yeah. You know
Now, what was it like being in there, sort of thing? You go in there, you got your mom and all that stuff. What's it like in there? Do you see any like notable people? Are there people that are praising, the people that are rude? I want to know the details. I want to be immersed in the experience.
When you first walk up, you know, Apollo sign big outside. But when you look at the ground, on the ground they got people's names. You know what I mean? Like Richard Pryor, Moms Mabley, just like all great entertainers' names, like in stone, I guess is that word, into the ground. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you walk up and that's what you see. You know what I'm saying? They got the old fashioned ticket booth. You go to the ticket booth, you know what I mean? Like that theater ticket booth, you know, you go in and then like when you go in the building. So like the show, the Apollo has 2 rooms. So it wasn't the main stage you see on the TV. You know what I mean? It was like they have a whole nother big room for the comedy club. So like you go,
yeah, a lot of places have that now too, right? That's like
City Winery.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Gotham even. Yeah, like they
got 2 rooms. I mean, so it makes sense. You know what I mean? Because it's great for comedy. You know, the room that they have. You know, so you go in, it's just like pictures on the walls, past show flyers. You know what I mean? Like you see like a bunch of comedians' names. Everybody. You got Aretha Franklin's name on the wall. You got everybody, man. James Brown, like everybody.
Billy Mays.
I didn't see Billy Mays, but it was probably around there, right around there somewhere. I'm saying, like, yeah, it was epic. And then it took us. So the guy that was running the situation, the homie, he took us in, showed us like the theater. You know what I mean? Like, got to see like the log, the rubbing log. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I was curious about the most.
When I walked into the theater, like I walked into like the main, I got like chills, bro. Like I got chills for real. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, yeah, man. Like,
the rubbing log, is it in the same like to like the left or right of the stage? And oh, I see. I knew you were in a different one, but did you get a choice to touch it? Did you choose to touch it?
I did. I think that I seen one of the comedians that have pictures touching the log, but I didn't do it. I was like running around not late, but like when I got my tour, it was closer to when the show was about to start, and I didn't get to go take a picture with the log. I wanted to. Yeah. I'm gonna go back. The board, you know, the people there, man, they're good people. They say I'm part of the family now, is what they say. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna get my picture.
Nice.
Yeah, man, it was a great experience, man. Like just to be in that room for me, because like I don't know, like without the Apollo Theater, we probably wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah. Same for comedy and music too, even down to like the Jackson 5. Like that was like pretty big with a lot of things, and it's the idea that it's still going, it still has this prevalence to it, and that like they give opportunities to like newer acts, new comics. Like it's helpful.
Yeah, man. So it was great. It was just a great experience, man. People down there were great, and like I said, they give us opportunity. Like you just don't perform at the Apollo. You just don't. Like they let me. They gave me opportunity. They took care of me. They paid me. Like,
oh my god.
Like, come on, man.
How many minutes you do?
20.
Damn. Well. So
the host, Tony Tone, he opened up with 15. Then I went up next and did 20. I mean, then each comedian did 20. It was 3 of us.
Yeah, it was like it was like a handful of comics, but it didn't look like an abundance. Like sometimes if you'll see shows for like meet these faces and it's like 20 people. This looked like you mentioned like 3 or 4 or so. So that seems perfect.
Yeah, I got 20 minutes. I get the flex. I get to like be
I thought you were gonna say
comfortable.
like 10 or something like that. Damn, 20.
Yeah, I got to be comfortable in it,
Hmm.
sit in it, and like, yeah, talk.
Hmm.
And I had touch on a lot of topics. I was able to give a. So this was good for me because most shows like this, like you said, it'd be a lot of people, and you got to like quickly say the best things you can think that you have. But like this, you can kind of show what you got. So it was like
Right.
I can talk about my upbringing. I can talk about my kids. I can talk about what's going on in today's society socially. I can touch on things and show my wide array of skills. I'm to say, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like,
I think there's like, I think there are certain shows, and they have like specialty shows too, where it's like you look at something like a Kill Tony, where it's like you do like 1 minute, and you look at like other shows where it may be like a competition or a new showcase where it's like 5 minutes. I think that's good. I think it's good to have like a tight, like, all right, I'm going to use this. This is like my go-to sort of thing. I think it's good to be sharp in that. But I feel like more so 10, 20, 10 and plus is a better indication of what that comic is as a person and what they are as a performer. Because otherwise, you're just getting like, all right, here's just a condensed form of what they think is their best material, which is good. But in terms of like really getting to know the comic, that 10 plus, I think, is the move.
yeah, no, for sure. Once you start getting up to 15 minute, you got to be talking about something. You can't just be, just because like a lot of comedians when you first start out, you get 5 minutes on stage. You can't really, like you say who you are in 5 minutes. So you're really just trying to get the biggest pops. So it's like, even when you get to 10 minutes, it's still like, all right, I got those old pops, but now I got some new pops. But you're not really like, 15, 20 is like, all right, you gotta be having, what are you saying? Like, what are you saying up here? Are you,
Yeah.
you mean nothing wrong with if you just have jokes you got quick jokes that without no segues, that's your thing. That's cool. But like, what is you saying up here? Like, who are you? Like, people, I get off stage, people know who I am, and I love that. Like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So yeah, I think that you gotta be saying something in 20 minutes. You can see who a comedian is, for real.
Hmm. Now, how does one celebrate or move after something like this? A big accomplishment, Apollo Theater. Do you what do you do? Do you go to a steakhouse? Do you and your mom rent like a luxury hotel? I legitimately don't know.
Now my cousins came up too. You know what I mean, and after the show, it was an after party at
Well,
the bar lounge situation around the corner. Like
yeah,
everybody from the show went over there and we was having a good time. You know what I mean? Like,
nice.
yeah, it was a great night, man. Like it was amazing. You know what I mean? Like it was dope. It was dope to have my family there. Some comedians had pulled up too. You know what I mean? So like it was a great night, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, officially,
No,
congratulations, man. It's that's a pretty big thing.
thank you. And I said it the way what I do now. Next, I'm just quit comedy. I'm gonna quit. And what else do I do? What
It's
else
nice
do I
to.
do?
It's cool. I feel like that's like a fun metric of things. Like count how many times within a year you say, "Well, I'm going to quit comedy now," because like you hit a milestone of like, "All right, well, I did that. So what else is there?" I feel like I've heard you mention that at least 3 times this year. So it's good.
No, man, but yeah, yeah, just try and knock. I don't know. I don't really feel like it still hit me like dang, like I don't know. I'd be on one every day and running around and ripping and running every day.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know.
You
This is
don't
on to the
sit.
next thing.
You don't sit in the glory.
No, let me celebrate it. I'm gonna think about it and I'm gonna celebrate it and think, yeah. But you all right? I'm moving on. Like I text my man and we should start working on the album audio should be in my inbox right now, actually.
Ooh, I see.
That should literally be in my inbox. And I would love to give the people of Proper Bonics an exclusive and say it's in my inbox. So I just refreshed it and it's not. All right. So
Oh man.
it's not in my inbox.
Perhaps by the end of the episode, man. That's why you got to stay tuned in. You may get a nice little surprise at the 54-minute mark of this episode.
Yeah, man. I may even, if I come through, I may even just play a thing. I don't know.
I mean, that may be a little wild. That's as your podcast partner, I may advise against
I
that.
mean,
It's
10 seconds just to hear it, 10 seconds, like hello or something. I don't know.
it's it's
I'll take it to my Facebook Live.
it's just like, all right, guys, here, listen, just holding the phone to it. That could be kind of wild.
You're right. I'll do it on Facebook Live. You don't deserve the exclusive.
It's That's why I'm in the exclusive. My chuckles are in the exclusive. That's what they're gonna be hearing.
I'm gonna just play you. I'm gonna just play your chuck. I'm gonna just take all everybody else's laughs out. I can just X that out and just have you laughing.
I should have brought my own mic. I should have brought my own mic. Met up with Joel or Pat and be like, "Hey guys, this is the exclusive side B of the track. Or just Alan's jokes and my chuckles."
Right.
That's wild, man. I want to touch on this thing real quick, man. Of like, because I feel like this is something we've actually talked about before. The idea of like us doing this. We see the react videos. You see with like the TikToks and the YouTubes and all that, where it's like there's a viral video or just a video.
Yeah.
And the idea is that like there's a content creator who takes that video, plays that video on their page, and their contribution to the video is their reaction. So you're just getting kind of like a remixed version of it with like their take on it.
Yeah.
There's been a popular YouTuber. I may mispronounce the name. I think it's called SSS Slane. She's been doing it for years now, and she's being sued by her ex-collaborator / ex-husband or soon-to-be ex-husband for one, just I guess like their content. There's some arguments in terms of like how they're sharing the monetary aspects of it. But this person has been getting criticism for years for how I guess she goes about taking the videos and reacting to it. One, I'm curious your take just on that style of videos, and two, I want to note it's maybe there's a little bit more to the story, but it seems like it's not just her doing it. It seems like this is like a whole popular genre of people that create these videos and react to them. So I'm not sure why she's getting the most, but there may be details I'm unaware of.
So I think that there's two different kind of reaction videos. There's YouTube reaction videos, and then there's like social media, like Reels and Instagram and TikTok. There's a difference. I feel like the ones on social media, like Instagram and stuff, where you got people sitting there on their phone and they like green screen themselves in it, and
their heads are above the thing,
and then they'll be reacting like they saw it for the first time, like, oh my god! Did you guys see that? I didn't know that was going to happen. It's the lowest form of social media. It's the lowest form of content.
Do you think do you think they're not actually seeing it for the first time? Do you think they're orchestrating their reaction, like they watch it and then like, okay, now I'm going to give like a more notable, lively reaction after already digesting it?
Kirk, is not a natural reaction. Okay,
you don't think it's a natural reaction?
What's happening is people were seeing these videos online. They're like, "Oh, this is crazy. I'm going to make a video of it."
Yeah.
They then take the video and they act like they're seeing it for the first time. I think that's weird. That's not content. That's not creative. It's lazy. It's the lowest form of content you can put out. It's trash.
I'm picturing someone doing that to you as someone does a reaction video as you're doing that monologue there. You start talking about someone's head pokes out like,
that's perfect promotion. You should do that. That should be you. You should take this clip, do that, and then there's the promotion for this episode.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it is it's definitely one of the lower forms because and I want to say put a kind of an asterisk when we say content creators, because what is actually being created with this? If you're taking videos one a lot of times without permission and just putting it on your page, which maybe sets the importance of watermarking your videos, but you put it on your page and people take it, and then the idea of you're just giving a facial reaction. I see a lot of those where it's like people not even really reacting. It's just them like snickering. It's like them just laughing at the video. Like, here's my face as this video plays. And you see that's the video that gets like 3 million views.
Yep.
What's up with kids? I feel like this is a kid thing. I feel like this is the one where like, whatever reason, kids are really into the reaction videos where it's more so just like, oh, look at that person's crazy face.
No, I feel like it's a lot of adults too, though.
Really? What's up with these adults?
I don't follow kids.
That's a good move.
I don't know what your page look like, Kirk. Your timeline should kind of young over there.
No, well, I will say we watched a reaction video over at your place before the show, maybe like 2-3 weeks ago, and it was off of your YouTube feed. It was like that girl in a classroom who throws a shoe at her teacher. And then it wasn't just that video, it was someone reacting to the video.
Right.
And we watched 9 minutes of that. So I guess we're adults and we're in it. So
like I said, there's two different kinds. So that you got this the low form of you just doing reactions to a video you've already seen, you're just trying to get traction and clicks and views. You don't create this like, oh, I just created a quality product. You're like, I'm trying to get people to my page. Yeah. I'm trying to get followers and impressions. So that's all you're doing. So it's like, I don't respect that. Like, put out some creative, put some like this whole algorithm situation is like ruining creatives, because now you got people just trying to grab at these quick viral moments or these views instead of creating things. Nobody's creating any long form, like, I'm saying that not nobody, but like a lot of people
are showing as much. You're not seeing like 3-minute sketches pop up on your Instagram.
Yeah, so like I want, if I could talk to him, I would. Ryan Davis, right? Ryan Davis, famous for making those videos side by side. I love how he moves online, bro. Like he does not sit in that box that they try to put us comedians in. He's like, no, I'm doing 5-minute.
Yeah.
I'm doing 5 minutes side by side roast discussions about
commentary.
So it's like, he's like, I don't want, and that's what I rock with. Like, that's what I meant. I don't like the people just, he could easily do reaction videos and get millions of views. Easy.
Yeah. But he started out, and he still is, a stand-up.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of times that's if we did some sort of analysis on creators that are doing these reaction videos, the ones that have maybe started stand-up, do stand-up, versus ones that just started a YouTube page, I feel like you'll notice a difference in that. You'll see the difference in a Ryan Davis versus someone that's just giving Pikachu faces.
Right. This is the thing that I technically started online. Technically, I started online. Like I was doing them cardboard signs first. I was doing,
and how that is peeled off. I feel like left every day I see different cardboard person. It's nuts.
I started that, bro. I'm gonna go out. I was not the first person to write on a cardboard sign in life, right? But when it come to writing on cardboard signs on Instagram to specifically get likes, bro, I did that. I was going viral. I've been going viral. I've been on Bro Star, Shade Room, all those things with cardboard signs.
Damn. Years from now, when you're completely removed from it, I say pull another one out. I think that would be nice to see. I feel like where it's like you don't even need it, sort of thing. It's just like, this is for everyone that remembers.
Somebody messaged me recently. It was like, yo, bro, you gotta do a sign. I know it's me commenting on my Facebook. And he told me to do a sign because I literally. It's funny that he knew this. This is how I know he really rocked with me, because I do this a lot. I just Facebooked a sign that I've done before. Like I took something I said on the sign, and I said, y'all here looking for step parent material when your kids ain't step kid material. And like I had put that on the sign one day, and I put it on Facebook the other day, and he had commented. He's like, yo, put that on the sign. And I think he commented that because he might even remember it, but like his brain remembered like that was on the sign.
That was like a sign thing. Yeah, it could have been.
It wasn't a sign. I said to him, I told him, I was like, I don't do the signs no more though. They jack my whole style, and they can have it, bro.
Yeah, man. Well, that really popped off into like a different thing. So, again, that's why I see left and right. And when I'm not seeing that, I'm seeing these damn reaction videos. I've been seeing less of them this month. I don't know if I mentioned it last week. Instead of doing a challenge where I got rid of Instagram and Facebook and like the social stuff for a month, I feel like I always go like either nothing or 100. And I was like, I got to practice moderation. So instead, I did a thing where I put that 1 hour limit thing on there for both of them. It's like it lets you know when you've used up to an hour on there.
Per day?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so I still see stuff, but like I haven't been getting that reminder. But I think because it's there, it kind of like it's in my head now of like, oh, okay, well, don't spend so much time on here because you're gonna hit that hour mark eventually, sort of thing. So I haven't been seeing as much of it, which has been a relief. But I'm sure that it's still out there.
No, they're out there for sure, and I wish people would stop doing them. I really do. I, yeah, I don't like it. But again, though, the one that we watched on YouTube that was different because that I feel like that's at least those people on YouTube they're saying things. They're like making jokes.
Right.
They're so like they're making jokes. It's still lazy. It's low to me still, but it's a little different. It's more like production quality.
Yeah.
It's more
It's like
it's a little bit more effort into it. It's not just like I'm on a green screen, ha 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 ha. You know what I
right.
mean? It's like it's a little bit better. I'm still not doing those. I wouldn't do them either, but yeah,
I think effort is the key term in that one. Like whether it's like I find it funny or not, that's whatever. There's a lot of things I'm not going to find funny. But when I see like, oh, the effort's being put into this, like you have like whether it's like a good camera and like you're actually telling jokes, you're attempting jokes and such, it's like, all right, you're contributing something versus just the other tactic of the reels and the reactions. It's like that's thievery. That is, I mean, like I wonder though. So say like those videos that they're taking, I wonder if the people that originally post them, if they ever benefit from it, because it's like, oh, okay, well now on my page this video only maybe got like 400,000 views, but because a bunch of people started reacting to it, it's now up to like 2 million or something like that. Let's be generous, 2 billion. I wonder if in any case it's like, oh, this is if it helps them in any way.
I think it does if it's a good video. Like if you put out something that's good, like something funny or something like I know like the like chefs. Like so I love watching cooking things online. And like I be watching some people that like react to the cooking videos and like in a fun, like, I know it's a comedian. He makes like fun of foods, but the foods be looking good. So I be going to the chef's page to look for recipes. So like if you got good content, that's gonna win every time.
It takes you there. Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
And lastly, do you think creators should watermark their content?
Absolutely not.
100%
not.
Really? How come?
If you got good content, it's going to happen. So what happens is some sites won't post it because your name's on it. Oh. Like if your name on it, you can like this. I used to play around with this a lot. Like I would go back and forth taking my name on and off of my signs. And every time I took my name off, maybe the signs were better, but like I would always see people share it. Like and it would tag me though. Right. So that's how I would see it most of the time. And I realized like when I put my joint on it, I feel like I got less shares. Like,
really?
People don't want your name on their page. Like
they just want your content.
They just want your content. Like but that's again too though. What do I really care about? Why am I doing this? Am I doing this just to get followers? No, I just genuinely enjoy creating and having people like the ideas that I create. It gives me a good feeling. So like if y'all want to just take it, that's why the cardboard sign thing, it don't bother me like that really no more. Because it's like I did the good thing, people enjoy my thing. That's what I didn't really want anything more out of it. Like I just had fun doing it, and I like when people have fun watching the things that I have fun to make. Like
that's interesting insight because you've been in those actual shoes of like when people take the material and all that. I think it's a very holistic view. I think I wouldn't fault someone if like they were also on the line of like I like creating, but I also like the idea of like this coming back to my page somehow. But I think ultimately you're right. Like when it's good content, it's not really going to matter. It's going to get shared left and right. It's like when you make a good song, you can't control who's using the song. Like they're using it at some like crazy wedding sort of thing. Like it's just a song that's out there and people are going to do what they want to do with it.
It's going to come back. And I realize that too. Once you put the effort into the art, you know what I mean? If it's good, it's going to come back. When you're worrying about the wrong things, like when I would go into making a skit or something, just like, yo, all right, so don't say this because this person might not share it. Like, no, once you start worrying about, bro, just create quality content that you enjoy. Like, and if you really just enjoy some corny stuff, then make it. If you enjoy corny ass reaction videos and posting them on TikTok and Instagram. Do it. I mean, it's not clever, but be my guest.
I hope they do a reaction to that one as well, of like a side by side after. Well, we're usually, yeah, we're not so crazy about the reaction videos, but if they do it for these clips, I'm not too mad at that.
It's funny you brought that up because I generally have true feelings. I have feelings about this. I listen. I've done them, whatever. I haven't done them in a long time. You go on my page, you ain't gonna find none. But like, it's just low.
What you can do if you want to, which I don't encourage this, but it's an idea. You do a reaction video to this video, but then your head comes up and replaces my head, so you're talking to yourself. I really hope that you don't do that, because then it's like, where am I? But it is a wacky thought.
I don't even know how you do that. I won't even know where to start. Speaking of wacky thoughts, you said you want to talk about the Golden Bachelor. And
I forgot that was on the list. I was like, list last night I was passing out. I was like, oh yeah, what's happening right now? Golden Bachelor.
I have no idea what that is.
It's so are you familiar with that show, The Bachelor?
Yes.
So they remixed it a little bit, and instead of getting like a 39-year-old, a 29-year-old suitor, they switched it around and got like a 73-year-old dude. I know a 72, 73-year-old. And he's it's exactly that. It's this dude and the people, the contestants, the honey dips, the golden dips, they're in their seniors as well. They're like 60 plus. They're like 60, 65. I think the highest one's like in their 70s as well. And usually, so as a kid, I remember being like mad at The Bachelor. Just the idea of it, just being like, this seems like we're perpetuating some wild ideas. I feel like even as a kid, I didn't even know what perpetuate was, but I was like, I remember just being like, this seems weird.
Yeah.
But this one, the idea of like them doing it where it's like an older demographic. You got like this dude who I watched the whole episode. I didn't plan on it.
You binged the whole season.
I may. The dip has been wanting to watch it, and then like I was like, I'll pop 15 minutes on this while dinner's getting ready and all that stuff. I watched the whole thing. So I was entertained. They got me. But this dude, his whole story is like, all right, so like my wife and I, we've been together for like 43 plus years. We were able to retire, get our dream home. Then upon getting our dream home, she gets sick. 6 months later, she passes away. So this dude's like kind of a wreck during this whole show because it was only like 4 years ago that this happened. But it's kind of like I like the idea of, hey, we're going to use older people on this. It kind of removes, I won't say removes, but it gives, I feel like with the older version, it's very much like, all right, it's all about just vanity. I don't know if I'm really going to like trust any of the bonds in here, which I guess it doesn't matter. That's not what people are really watching it for sometimes. This one, I feel like you could only manipulate the contestants and the person so much because it's like they're just an older demographic. So that's been interesting to see. Love for the elderly.
So was it less cat fights?
It seems maybe I anticipate less cat fights, maybe more passive aggressive cat fights, maybe more talks of like Bengay and such. I think they're going to alter this sort of games that they play.
Yes.
So I think there's going to be more of that. But I feel like on paper, like if it was like what 2000, 2001 or something like that, and you're like, hey, we want to have like this hit reality show and it's all about the elderly.
Yeah.
People would be like, no, we're not doing that. That's like, people would be like grossed out. They'd be upset. Whereas now it's like, oh, we're actually getting some insight on this, which I think not really reality shows most of the time, not really my thing. But if you are going to do it, I think it's cool to play around with the type of people that you're getting on there.
There still are a lot of people saying no to this, Kirk. There still are.
We may need to check the numbers. I think it did high numbers.
I feel like one of the biggest draws with The Bachelor and all those things is sexy people on TV. You know what I mean? Like Aren't they
I
being
mean,
like bikinis all the time and stuff and going on dates and dresses and stuff? Like, come on,
these
man.
golden dips, man, they're going to be in some bikinis. They showed up in like prom dresses. They're like in gowns. They're showing cleavage and all that stuff. There's some good looking golden dips.
Listen, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? We getting up in age too. So like soon you're gonna be, you know what I mean, if you're not already. But like, I don't know. I just like putting the camera in a nursing home. Like, why would I want to see? Like, do you know what go on in the nursing homes?
I've heard the STD rates.
Yeah, STD rates are crazy. Old people have sex like rabbits.
Sure.
Okay, that sounds like good TV.
Yeah, that's maybe what they're going for. They saw the STD rates in nursing homes across the nation. They're like, there's an untapped demographic, and we need to put them on HD right now.
No, they probably mad petty and catty too though. Because like once you older and you set in your ways, you want things to be done how you want them to be done. You know what I mean? Like I can see them arguing and stuff. Like you know what? I'm gonna hide her. I'm gonna hide her medication. That's what I'm gonna do. I am going to. She's going. I'm gonna make her forget that she. I'm gonna hide her Alzheimer's medication. Okay, that's what we're going to do.
She's gonna forget about this conflict. Yeah, that may be in episode 5. There may be some hiding of the medications and the canes. That may be ABC. They're up to. I've seen historically what they do, so there may be some trickery with this one. But you may want to tap in, man. This may be if maybe you tap in, you get into it. We're both into it. We have these watch parties. We do a reaction video. We do a reaction video to the Golden Bachelor. We get one of the golden dips on as a guest. Shout out to Susan. She's from Delco.
Make sure Susan in the hot tub. Our reactions be like,
that'd be wild. Damn. Yo, glistening. Yo,
hey, no, man. You got the 70-year-old dude popping pills trying to keep up with all these women. Come on, man. This is wow.
I wonder the energy level for it too. I did think about that because it's like what 20 contestants or something like that, and it's like that's a lot to balance. Remembering names, like Jerry may have like a Biden slip up where it's like just mid episode, like Sue's Carol Jennifer. Like I feel like there could be, and if they do touch on that, if ABC touches on the idea of like cognitive decline, power to them. I think that would be an excellent aspect of the show that you think they wouldn't cover, but they may.
No, I can see him up there. You know how they got send people home? He'd be up there having Mitch McConnell moments. Be like, all right, going home is going to be. Sarah's going to go home tonight. No, man, they can't do it. I listen, man. It might be. I don't even lie. It sounds better now that we're talking about it because, like, they use the comedy out of there. But like,
yeah. Apparently, episode 2 just dropped, so I may have to peep that.
What just dropped?
Episode 2. I mean, that may be.
No, you keep saying things like we watched 15 minutes or episode 2 about to drop. I may watch. No, you watched the whole episode. And when episode 2 drops, you're gonna watch the whole episode too. Now stop doing that.
Yeah, that's likely.
You're not fooling nobody.
Yeah, man. We're on this YouTube entertainment news kick and such. I figure we break the people off with this as well. YouTube star Logan Paul, which we've mentioned him before. He's been in the professional wrestling. He also does the amateur boxing. And he's set to fight Dillon Danis. Have you heard about any of this?
I haven't heard of Dillon Danis. I haven't heard about any of this at all.
Well, Dillon Danis, he's known for being in Conor McGregor's crew. He's an MMA fighter who's known for his wrestling. He hasn't fought in years, but he's known for his wrestling. So the idea of him getting in a boxing match seems kind of wild. Yeah. You may know him from when Khabib Nurmagomedov jumped out of the ring after the Conor McGregor fight. It was to jump on Dillon Danis, which was I know that. Yeah. That was exactly 5 years from today or yesterday, I believe. Bruce Baff, if you want to double check me on that. I remember being in West Virginia when it happened.
How do you know that?
I remember being in October. I remember being in West Virginia, and I didn't see the pay-per-view, but I remember looking at the results afterwards, and I knew that was in West Virginia 5 years ago. So, yeah.
You are the most random person. You remembering that while you're in West Virginia. What the hell were you doing in West Virginia?
it was a nice trip. I won't get into it too much, but shout out to Blackwater Falls. That's good. But yeah, man. So they've been building up this whole fight for a boxing match, and the thing that stands out with this one is that the build up for it has been quite contentious in terms of Dillon Danis has been apparently had access to Logan Paul's fiance's videos that she didn't make public, and has been posting them. And I think one video she may have sent out. I don't. It's from what I've seen. I didn't watch the whole stuff, but it was like her saying like how much she loves sex, which nothing wrong with that. But I guess the videos maybe get worse than that or something along those lines. And just the dude's been talking kind of wild about like her and just bringing her into it. And when it comes to fighting promotions and all that, that's kind of an aspect of the cardinal rule of like, hey, don't bring in children, don't bring in loved ones.
Yeah.
And Dillon Danis is kind of breaking that with that. I don't know if you saw the latest news in this, but apparently, Dillon Danis is pulling out of the fight. So it'd mean like all this like trash talking, all the lawsuit that Logan Paul's fiance has now filed against Dillon Danis, all of that, and there's not actually going to be a fight between the two. That's allegedly what's happening.
How did he get these videos?
No one knows. I'm not too sure on that one. I know, like, I watched like one interview and it looked like they were insinuating that it was like someone she knew or something like that. Then again, I don't think they're like completely. It's not like her nude on a pole or anything like that. So I don't think they're like super private videos. So may have just been like maybe been close story access. It may have been like close friends access.
Friends.
Yeah, that's could have been. Maybe that was the case.
Okay, because I didn't know if he was trying to make it seem like him and his wife were a thing or something. Like if him
damn.
I know that was he trying to insinuate. Yo, I got these videos because she'd be sending them to me. Like I know that's what you were saying.
He's insinuating everyone but him. He's saying like the whole aspect of this, like, oh man, this girl is with everyone, sort of thing like that, and just the whole like I don't know if we want to call it like slut shaming, but it seems like a part of that. That's his whole angle, and yeah, I could see why that would be bothersome. If someone's talking wild about my.
You can't slut shame women. You can slut shame men though. All right, I'm out. I don't want to get in trouble.
It was better than what I thought you were going to say.
Wait, what you thought I was going to say?
Bruce Pat, edit this one out. I thought you were going to say, Bruce Pat, you cut us back in. Cut us back in, Bruce Pat. But I'm glad you took that route. Yeah, man. Do you feel that there's like, when it comes to like boxing promotions or MMA promotions, that there's such thing as crossing the line?
Yeah, I think that's all entertainment, and in entertainment, you don't cross those kind of lines. Even in the streets, you don't cross those kind of lines. You know what I mean? They don't. Yes, they're your kids. Your kids didn't choose to be your kid. It's not like you can't come at the kid, bro. Like they're children. They're innocent. You know what I mean? You can't. Now, sometimes, to be honest with you, sometimes significant others catch smoke. Sometimes significant others be out there giving smoke. You know what I mean? So. But in those other cases, though, she's just minding her business, and she's not even, you know what I mean? She's minding her business. Like, I mean, you can't bring her into it because she got a pass. What it really sounds like is she got a pass, and you just mad that you wasn't a part of it. That's really what it sounds like. Like, we all got passed, bro. Like, that's just what it is. Like,
yeah, he's been calling her out for dating Leonardo DiCaprio. That's like one of his big things. But I'm like, that doesn't seem like much of an insult. That seems like you're dating a successful actor. I don't think that's necessarily wrong.
Mad with that? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I know women that got 4 kids and ain't got no boyfriend, and they doing terrible in life. Are you dating Leo?
Well,
I mean, Leo they do be chasing them young girls though. That's why.
Yeah, I was about to say I may need to check the age part on that one, but
if it maybe Leo. Okay, yeah.
He may be calling Leo out. That's really what he's trying to go for. Yeah. He's being a social justice warrior.
Can't defend Leo. That's the same guy I told my daughters. You're getting older. You got to watch things in life. You got to watch out for Leonardo DiCaprio. Just watch out.
I'm gonna watch out for him too.
He said, "You do."
I'm gonna watch out. He may try to snag me.
You're in your 30s. That's way too old for him.
I don't know, man. I've been looking young and cute lately. Once I started growing the hair back, I'm feeling kind of nice.
You're like a lumberjack.
Ah, it's this little cardigan right here. I was told the other day I look like a grandpa. I was like, oh, man, very good.
Very good.
It's
Got a pocket protector on your cardigan. Very good.
Yeah. I got some fake Newtons for you. With that, well, let's get into, if you're cool, let's get into prop suggestions. So this is actually one that I thought of right before the show. It's something that I've been in terms of like setting the atmosphere for Halloween. It's nice. People get very festive. They put their pumpkins out. They try to replace them before they get spoiled. They get the leaves all over the place. Some people they take their snakes out and onto the porch. It's Halloween time, and people want to get festive. And I think one of the good ways to do that is candles. Everyone has candles. Big fan of candles. Yankee candles. You got the candles in the jars. You go to Wegmans, you get it for $4. It's very good. I want to suggest that people look into candle holders, traditional candle holders with the candle sticks. So we have like these right here, which is like, they're cool. This is nice. This is like nice end of summertime. You had to light this up and maybe play some UFC 4 and such. That's very good. But October comes around. And you want to get a little spooky. You want to read a little book. And you want to have a nice little setting there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Alex and Aaron. They got me this as I think it was a birthday gift maybe, and I haven't actually used it. And then I got a candle that fits it. Those that can't see it, it's a snake, a golden snake that's coiled up, and its head is shooting up, and inside the head you put the candle, which is kind of a wild move for a snake, but it's kind of cool because like it goes down, you can see it dripping in. And this has been optimal Halloween season decoration in my apartment so far. So I want to recommend that to the people. Candle holders, and yes, Pat, sensual indeed. Yes.
Yeah, no, that's very cool. I feel like I don't know if the candle stick business can because like candle scents you can get like 1,000 different candles. Is there options like that for sticks?
I don't think so. I'm sure. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's like some sticks that are scented. I get mine at Walmart, which Pat, edit that out. I get mine at Walmart. I mean, shout out to Walmart. They're not bad. But they're usually non-scented, the ones I get. And I get them strictly for like aesthetics of like, where it's like, oh, okay, it's light there. Sometimes I use it. It's like, if it's light enough, you can read a book near it. And so I'll say this. For those that are pet owners, sometimes the scented candles, they can be sensitive for the particular pet. And some people, they have to get certain candles to avoid that. So one thing you consider as well is the candle sticks, and then you won't really have to worry about that issue as much.
Or you can get rid of your pet.
That too. If Freckles is bothering you around Halloween time, get rid of Freckles and get a candlestick.
You gotta get rid of Freckles, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do and get your candle game going. My suggestion, proper suggestion, would be, this is for all my football heads, right?
Oh.
Don't cut your cable. Don't cut your cable for Fire Stick, bro.
Oh.
It make your life way much harder to watch football on Sundays. And I caught myself trying to save money. So I was gonna cut my cable. I did cut my cable and got Fire Stick. And I'd rather pay more money.
Really? Why?
For the convenience of watching football. Because it's producer Pat at YouTube TV works too. But you gotta pay for YouTube TV. Just like you pay for cable. But
I think it's like $74 a month or something.
Yeah, so it's like when I watch football traditionally, there's usually 2 games on. And you can just flick from one game to the next game on a commercial. When you're streaming on Fire Stick, you ain't just flicking from one game to the next. You gotta get out the app, go to the other app. It got a buffer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're not flicking, you're swimming.
Yeah, like it's hard. It's like climbing a mountain just to watch the other game. And then it's like, do I even have that app? Do I got Paramount Plus? I don't know. It's like it's so much, man. It makes it so difficult just to watch football. I just want to watch football, and I just can't watch ESPN like I want to watch ESPN. I hate it. My kids like, Dad, you got live TV. It ain't live like I want. It ain't live enough.
But not too live. So that's I didn't recognize that portion because I've used Fire Sticks before. It seems great for when the purposes I use it, which is just watch battle rapid videos. But for like actual live events, I didn't really know that could be kind of a struggle. And when you say cut cable, do you mean like traditional? Like when I think cut cable, I think of like someone behind the apartment cutting the cable and connecting it. I think of that. But I feel like that's just like a euphemism, and that's not actually what's happening.
What they're doing is cutting my cable services off.
That makes more sense. That
So
makes
behind when I call them and say, "Yo, I don't want cable no more because I've been paying me too much," and they say, "Okay," and they just hit a button, and then your service is
yeah.
off. Then you have service, it's all digital, so your service is off. So it's like the same thing when you don't pay your bill, they push a button and shut your joint off.
Huh.
And when you do pay it, they push that button and shut it back on.
I wonder that checks out. I wonder because I haven't had cable in like years because I was again battle rap. I don't really have a reason to get it, and the stuff that comes on TV you can watch on Hulu after. But for sports, it's very interesting. I wonder if like certain like your phone package, you could have like a package deal where you do get cable for a cheaper price.
Nah, man, ain't no way around it.
Hmm.
You gotta just pay for cable. And I'm at that point now where it's like, I already got all the apps. I got Hulu, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, Peacock. I already got them now. Like,
Oh,
I might really just get cable back, bro, and just cut. So what I could do is like have super basic cable, like
right.
just be like, yo, I just need ESPN and a couple of my, cause like I haven't watched the Phillies. Like, I don't even know how to watch the Phillies games. I don't know where to go.
Oh,
I don't know.
ooh,
I literally just turned channel 35 and it be on every time. I watch every Phillies game, every Sixers game. I could watch every one. I mean,
don't they have
I'm gonna have to figure it out for basketball season for sure.
Yeah, and I'm not an expert in this, but I feel like Slick TV, that's the thing where like you're able to select the channels that you want, and it's like a customized cable plan that you have. So like you don't have to like say basic, yeah, where you get like first 12 channels. Slick TV, it's like, all right, you get like three national channels, three like I don't know, elective channels, I was about to call them MTV and such, and like three pornos. So like you get like three of each. I don't know, but I hope that's part of it. I think look into that. Slick TV may be the way to go.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. That's not something I need. I just need a couple channels. I need a couple channels, man. Like, I already got everything else now. Like, I just need a couple channels. This is my sports. And I've been telling my kids, they lied to me. They lied to me. They was like, "You got live TV? If you click on there, they show me a button. They show me a button on the Amazon because on the Amazon Prime, whatever, they got live button TV." And so I'm like, "Oh, it do say live TV. I'm good." Man, it'd be like no chance nobody want to ever watch. It'd be like, it'd be Golden Bachelor. I'm gonna watch this. Like,
You will now. That's yeah, that's those could switch up. Samsung has the same thing where it's like live TV, and I was like, oh, I guess I have live TV now, and it was literally channels where it was just a show that would play on loop. So like I have a channel that's just Fear Factor, and it just plays Fear Factor 24/7, which isn't too bad. They have one for like iCarly. I'm like, all right, this is cool, but it's not live television sort of thing. Yeah, man.
it's not the same. So I'm saying my suggestion is, if you're into sports like I am, especially football, like you ain't don't cut your cable. Make it super basic. Like, you can make it super basic, and then yeah, because Fire Stick for what you use it for is perfect. Perfect for streaming. It's perfect. But for sports, live sports dudes or people, I'm sorry, because there are women that like sports too. Yeah, Fire Stick don't be it all the time. So yeah.
Yeah, consider cable or Buffalo Wild Wings.
Now I gotta pay for that. See, look, going to Buffalo Wild Wings like you do on every UFC fight.
Yeah,
you might as well pay for cable.
And well, UFC is different because it's once a month, and it's like,
okay.
And sometimes it's just like, all right, I'm just gonna drink a Heineken, which I don't know if they appreciate that, but they didn't say I couldn't, so that's part of it. Well,
I hope you can't have Heinekens at Buffalo Wild Wings.
No, but it's like if you're gonna go sit down, it's like, well, maybe order food, and like usually I do. Usually I order like a meal, but sometimes just like, all right, I'm here for this one fight. I'm not gonna order nothing. I'll get a Heineken, and then I'll just kind of sit there in a Heineken and pass away the menu because I won't really be needing it.
Interesting. I mean, I feel like it's just the comedian in you. You have one beer, just
one beer. I stay for the following act, then I dip. Speaking of which, man, do you have any shows you want to tell the people about?
Shoot, tomorrow, Broadway Comedy Club. I'm at Broadway. I'm at Middletown, Delaware. Oh, I got a post on the social media. I fell off. I said last week I said I was going to do it. I didn't do it in at all.
Oh, for
Um,
proper robotics page.
yeah, but it was just a lot going on last week. So
Hmm.
like I said, my mom was here with me for the whole week, and it's just a lot going on.
We'll
So
give her the password. She seems pretty active. We'll give her the passwords for proper robotics.
she would love that.
Oh, that could be, yeah, that could actually be kind of fun.
She would have, but you have selfie videos all day long, so she always do. She's like, "Good morning, my loves. It's your Aunt Vivian."
Ah, that's the type of encouragement that I need. So I wouldn't be opposed to it.
She'd be like, "It's your Aunt Viv, just showing you love and light."
Man, shout out to your
yeah,
mom, man.
yeah. Shout out to mom.
Cool. We'll have fun at the shows and all that stuff. Do I have anything coming up? I have
Yeah, what do you
Jackie
got going on?
we got Jackie Ben Haynes roast
Ha!
on the night. So if you're
Right.
around Monday, feel free to
What,
swing through for that.
what you gonna say, yo? Give us a sneak peek. It's gonna come out afterwards.
That's I got a few lines in there. This is me getting back in my like monologue joke writing bag sort of thing. And like tapping back into that. So I won't give any away sort of thing like that. But I'm feeling it's etching out to be pretty good. And I'll say this: the strays are not going to be confined to just Jackie. If you're in the building, strays are around. Strays are in the building for everyone. T, watch out. So it should be fun, man. And then other than that, I got a Halloween themed show on the 19th in Jim Thorpe.
Yeah, that's your spot.
Yeah, I took the day off work. It was just for the idea of like, all right, I'm gonna go to Jim Thorpe early in the morning and just have a Jim Thorpe day and then do the show. So that was kind of like, all right, that's kind of cool. So I guess I have a Jim Thorpe day in the midst of fall, so that'd be nice.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that should be cool. It would be nice. And yeah, I don't have my calendar in front of me. I think I have something else at the end of October, but check the pages. We'll always update it within my hour on Instagram this month. So I'll keep the people posted on it.
Yeah, so I'll be on there more than an hour. My screen time be more than my non-screen time.
Oh yeah.
Gotta chill out with that.
Well, enjoy your time while you're doing it and all that stuff. Have fun creating it and all that stuff. And if you're listening to this, one, thank you. If you're thinking of taking the content and reacting to it, how dare you? But at the same time, I guess we appreciate the checking us out. Yeah, as usual, thanks for listening to us. We'll be back.
Grow up. Stop the reaction videos.
That's the logo.